y'all, it's Nat, and I'm back again with another book review. And my book review that I'm doing this time is what? Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Christopher Murray. This right here was a highly anticipated read for me, and I love all things Harlem Renaissance. About Harlem Rhapsody, Harlem Renaissance. I love everything about it. I love all of the authors, the creatives. It's just something about that era is really great, right? Um, I had a lot of thoughts about this book. Now, there were a lot of people that love this book. I was actually in a buddy read where we all read it together, and honey, it was a time. All right. But I wanted to mention some things that I thought, okay, and I didn't have enough time to mention them anywhere else, but I have time here on my channel. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my iPad where I have some notes. I jotted down a lot of notes, as I was reading so that I wouldn't forget. Now, let me preface this, right? I didn't hate the book, right? But I didn't love it. And I really wanted to love it, and I just did not. Okay. Um, I love historical fiction. Historical fiction is one of my top genres that I love reading. Okay. Because I like knowing about facts, knowing about different things in a time period that I'm not privy to or I wasn't privy to. And then I'm able to, you know, kind of bring things around, and it makes me understand things a whole lot more. And I know the authors have their own creative mind to where they can create the stories and things like that. Well, I feel, and it's just totally my opinion, right? I feel that the the mental creativity that went along with this was a little much for me. For me. Don't make no mistake. It was written very well. This was a very well written book. This was my first book by Victoria Christopher Murray that I read, and yeah, let's get started, right? First things first, the book does say that it mentions in the synopsis that it talks about W.E.B. Du Bois, the founder of the crisis, is not only Jesse's boss, he's her lover. And neither his wife nor their 14-year age difference can keep the two apart. That is evident in this book. They definitely take that part and they run with it. I feel like in this book, like she runs with that in here. And one of the things that really disappointed me is that literally the whole book was about that affair. I wasn't a fan of that. Like, I feel like if you didn't really know Jessie for who she was, um, I don't think you're really going to get a whole lot of about who she is from this book, in my opinion, because everything that transpires, everything that happens, is based off of her affair with Du Bois. Now, I also was asking the question. I was like, okay, do we know for certain he had an affair with this woman? So it was verified that yes, he did have an affair with her, but I also saw where they didn't have a lot of letters between the two or a lot of information regarding it. Um, I mean, and she does mention in the book, the historical notes toward the back, that there were some information. There was a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors and things going on about the two, and there were like very few letters that I researched that were between the two as well. But it was a good it was very broad, I would say. And so I felt with that there was a lot of artistic direction that went along in this, and it just came off as a little trendy. It was like drama filled, like it was like, oh my gosh, it was just, ooh girl, the drama, like it was just too much for me, and it was more than I bargained for with this book, and I was just disappointed with it. I do see how people love it. You either love it or you don't. But I was looking at a lot of reviews, and a lot of reviews were saying that they thought that the affair did overshadow the book, and I felt the same. If you did not know Jessie, and this was the only thing that you had to know her by, you probably wouldn't have a positive like view of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you talk about, for example, in the book, she talks about her mom, which is her stepmom, and she's like, "Oh, I don't want to get married. I don't want to be like you." Like, it's like it was a sad thing to be a traditional wife, or it was not a positive thing to raise your children and be happy with that. Like she was just like, oh no, I'm above that. Like it was just the way that it was written. And I was just wondering, like, is that artistic, direction, or is that something that was verified in, the research before Jesse? I did read that Jesse did actually get married, even though in the book it was saying that, oh no, I don't want to get married, I don't want to be a wife. But ma'am, you were actually carrying on as his wife. Like literally everything that a wife does, you were doing for the boys, according to the book, possibly in real life. I don't know. But that's just all I got to say about that. I'm not even going to talk really too bad about it. Like, I don't want to come off really, really negative. I was just saying that my whole point, okay, is that I expected one thing and I just did not get that. And that's just where my disappointment lies. So, but again, overall, I mean, I gave it a 3 stars. Like I didn't like give it a 2 or 1 or nothing like that. I didn't overall hate it. I mean, there were some good things in it, like you learned about Langston Hughes. There were County Cullen. It mentions Zora Neale Hurston, like a lot of names that you may not have heard or you have heard. That's dealing with the Harlem Renaissance. It does mention those names in the book. The Crisis Papers. The what was it? The Brownie. I forgot what that one was called. The Little Brownie book, I think it was for the younger children. It does give you context of all of those things and stuff, and you do get some poems written in there. Like there are a lot of good things about it, but overall, when it comes to Jesse's life, I was not a fan. It really hurt my heart because I really, 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 really wanted to love this book, and I just that's just my honest, it's my honest opinion. That's my truth. It's just all me. It's just my opinion. I definitely recommend that you read it for yourself so you can get your own opinion. I'm always gonna recommend you read something for yourself, and then But if you have read it, if you want to leave comments, definitely leave comments for me, and we can talk about it. Right? Until next time.